This is a space where we share some of the best LGBTQ love stories that have recently come out. Tonight's story is about a ballerina who falls in love with her dance partner. This story is quite wholesome and has a happily ever after. So if you are looking for a good mood and a sweet love story, then stick around for tonight's episode. Let's jump right in. Leela was meant to be dancing Swan Lake. She was meant to be dancing with Prince Charming. She was meant to be happy. Instead, she was staring at the floor wondering how on earth she was going to get through rehearsal without throwing up. Her stomach churned at the mere thought of facing Victor, who was supposed to be her savior, her dashing prince who was going to whisk her away to a happily ever after. He was also her worst nightmare. See, Victor was new to the company, new to her life, and everything he did set off a flutter of nerves in her chest. And the most infuriating part was that she couldn't put those flutters into words. Hell, she couldn't even figure out if they were flutters at all. How was she supposed to deal with this? Well, she would do what any normal person would do. She'd talk to her best friend over coffee. When Talia heard Leela's ramblings, her eyes widened in surprise. You think he likes you? Oh my God, I don't know, Leela replied, taking a large gulp of her latte. I don't know what to do. I can't focus on the ballet. I keep getting distracted. Well, duh, Talia said, nudging Leela playfully. It's pretty obvious that you're distracted, but it's also pretty obvious that Victor is distracted too. He's distracted by what? Leela asked, her brows furrowed in confusion. By you, Talia said, her grin widening. Oh my God, Leela whispered, her face turning pale. I don't know what to do. You need to tell him, Talia said firmly. Tell him what? That you're dating women, Talia replied, raising an eyebrow. Are you? What? Come on, Leela. You can't hide your true self forever. And keeping this secret is eating away at you. I can see it. Victor can probably see it too. But what if he doesn't like me? Then he's not the Prince Charming you were meant to dance with, Talia said with a wink. All right, Leela replied, taking a deep breath. All right, I'll tell him. But if he kicks me out of the ballet, you're buying me a new apartment. Talia laughed and ruffled Leela's hair. Deal, she said. Now go make your Prince Charming proud. With a newfound sense of determination, Leela headed to the studio, ready to face her fears and embrace her truth. Little did she know that Victor had his own feelings to confess and that their paths were intertwined in ways they could not imagine. At the Berry, surrounded by the familiar ache of muscles stretching, Leela found a sliver of calm. When Victor joined her, his presence still made her heart race, but now there was a new rhythm to it, a counterpoint to the music. Today was different. Today she was going to tell him. Their eyes met across the room, and for a moment, the world narrowed down to just them. In that instant, Victor's gaze was intense, unwavering. It sent a shiver down her spine and she found herself holding his gaze, her breath hitching slightly. Was this it? Was this the moment she'd been dreading and anticipating? Victor took a step towards her, his expression unreadable. His eyes seemed to search hers, and Leela felt a mixture of fear and excitement course through her. Was he about to ask her to meet him after rehearsal, or maybe he was going to ask her to go out sometime? Maybe he already knew. Maybe he already knew and he was waiting for her to take the plunge. He was waiting for her to tell him. With a deep breath, Leela broke the eye contact. She turned back to the Berry, her heart pounding against her ribs like a trapped bird. She needed a distraction. Needing to steady herself, she focused on her movements, trying to block out the thundering of her heart. But Victor was persistent. He kept glancing at her, his gaze lingering just a bit longer than necessary. The air between them crackled with unspoken words and emotions. Finally, as the music swelled to a crescendo, signaling the end of the exercise, Leela decided she couldn't wait any longer. She had to tell him. As soon as the music stopped and the other dancers moved away, Leela turned to Victor. His eyes locked onto hers and she could see a myriad of emotions flickering through them. Surprise, curiosity, a hint of vulnerability. Taking a deep breath, she began to speak, her voice shaking slightly. Victor, there's something I need to tell you. The words caught in her throat, but she pressed on. I'm sorry if this is weird or awkward, but I can't keep pretending anymore. I need you to know the truth about me. She hesitated, her gaze dropping to the floor for a moment before she met his eyes again. I'm dating women, she whispered, the words hanging in the air between them. Leela braced herself for his reaction, her heart pounding in her chest. Would he understand? Would he accept her for who she was? Or would he turn away from her, rejecting her and shattering her dreams. The silence stretched on, amplifying the weight of her confession. But instead of the rejection she feared, Leela saw a flicker of understanding in Victor's eyes. He didn't recoil or show disgust. Instead, there was a hint of admiration. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" he asked softly, his voice laced with concern. "I'm sorry," Leela replied, her voice cracking slightly. "I was scared. Scared of losing this. Scared of losing you." "Leela," Victor said, stepping closer to her, "there's nothing to be scared of. I won't let anyone hurt you. And I want you to know that I care about you, a lot." His words were like a balm to her raw emotions, soothing the fear that had been gnawing at her heart. Leela felt tears pricking at her eyes. She had taken a leap of faith and it had paid off. She had confessed her truth and found acceptance, understanding, and kindness in return. A smile touched her lips, transforming her face into a radiant beacon of happiness. "Thank you, Victor," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "I needed to hear that." In the weeks that followed, Leela and Victor's relationship blossomed into something profound and beautiful. They supported each other through the rigorous rehearsals, offering words of encouragement and understanding when fatigue threatened to consume them. Off stage, they explored the city together, discovering hidden cafes, cozy bookstores, and art galleries showcasing local talent. Their shared passion for dance became a bond that connected them even deeper, allowing them to express their emotions and stories through every graceful movement. One evening after a particularly grueling rehearsal, Leela and Victor found themselves alone in the studio. The silence was comfortable, filled only with the echo of their shared passion. Suddenly, Victor turned to Leela, his eyes searching hers. "Leela," he began, his voice a low rumble, "there's something I need to tell you." Leela's heart skipped a beat. Could this be the moment she had been hoping for? The moment when their connection transcended the boundaries of friendship? Victor took a deep breath and confessed his feelings for her. His words were sincere, heartfelt, echoing the sentiments she had kept hidden for so long. Leela's heart soared as she realized that Victor's love wasn't conditional. He loved her for who she was, flaws and all. Tears welled up in her eyes, blurring Victor's handsome features. In that dimly lit dance studio, surrounded by the ghosts of countless performances past, Leela found the courage to reciprocate her love for Victor. Their lips met in a gentle kiss, a silent promise of forever. In that moment, the weight of their shared journey, the sacrifices, the doubts, and the triumphs, it all faded away. All that mattered was the feeling of Victor's arms around her, the warmth of his lips on hers, and the knowledge that they had found something truly special. The grand finale of Swan Lake arrived, and with it, the realization that Leela and Victor's lives were forever changed. Their love had become a source of strength, helping them deliver a performance that was both heartbreaking and triumphant. As the curtain fell on their final dance, the audience erupted into thunderous applause. Leela and Victor stood in the spotlight, basking in the adulation, their love story unfolding not just on stage, but in their hearts as well. From that day on, Leela and Victor's love story became a legend within the ballet company, a testament to the transformative power of love and acceptance. They danced not just as partners on stage, but as lovers in life, proving that sometimes the greatest love stories begin with a single, perfectly timed leap of faith. If you liked this story, please remember to leave a like for more great LGBTQ stories just like this one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.